Imagine a world where everything was made by hand, where travel was slow, and where most people lived in small villages working on farms. Now, picture a world of massive factories, steam-powered trains, and bustling cities filled with workers. This transformation did not happen overnight, but it reshaped the course of human history forever. The Industrial Revolution was more than just a period of technological advancement. It was a turning point that changed how people lived, worked, and interacted with the world around them. It began in the late 18th century, first taking root in Britain before spreading to Europe, North America, and beyond. Machines replaced hand tools, factories replaced small workshops, and steam engines powered entire industries. In this video, we will explore the key events, inventions, and social changes that defined the Industrial Revolution. From the birth of industrial cities to the rise of global trade, we will uncover how this era shaped the modern world. Stay with us until the end to see just how much of today's society was built on the foundations laid during this revolutionary time. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into history. Now, let us begin our journey into the era that changed everything, the Industrial Revolution. 1. The birth of the Industrial Revolution. A new era begins. The Industrial Revolution began in the late 18th century, marking one of the most significant turning points in human history. It started in Britain before spreading to Europe, North America, and beyond. The shift from agrarian economies to industrial production reshaped societies, economies, and ways of life. Factories replaced small-scale workshops, and mass production became the norm. New inventions revolutionized manufacturing, making goods more accessible and affordable. Urbanization accelerated as people left rural areas in search of work in booming industrial cities. The changes brought both prosperity and hardship, with technological progress transforming industries while creating harsh working conditions. This period laid the foundation for modern economies, shaping the world as we know it today. The revolution was fueled by groundbreaking innovations like the steam engine, mechanized textile production, and improved iron-making techniques. These advancements boosted productivity and changed how goods were produced and transported. The rapid development of railways and steamships connected distant regions, making global trade faster and more efficient. The shift from handmade to machine-made products drastically increased output, fueling economic growth. However, these changes also led to the exploitation of labor, including child workers who toiled in dangerous factory environments. While the Industrial Revolution brought immense progress, it also exposed the need for labor rights and better working conditions. Despite its challenges, this era paved the way for modern industry, shaping the world's economic landscape. 2. Urbanization. The rise of industrial cities. As factories emerged, cities grew at an unprecedented rate, attracting thousands of workers in search of jobs. London, Manchester, and Birmingham in England became major industrial hubs, while cities like New York and Chicago followed in the United States. The rapid urban expansion led to overcrowded living conditions, with many families crammed into small, unsanitary housing. Pollution from factories filled the air, and sanitation systems struggled to keep up with the booming population. While urban centers became engines of economic growth, they also became hotspots for disease and social unrest. The shift from rural life to urban living fundamentally altered family structures, social dynamics, and class divisions. The rise of industrial cities created a stark contrast between the wealthy elite and the struggling working class. While factory owners amassed fortunes, workers endured long hours for low wages and often dangerous conditions. Slums developed near factories, with poor living conditions leading to frequent disease outbreaks. Governments were slow to respond to these challenges, leaving workers to fight for their rights. Over time, labor movements and social reforms emerged, demanding better wages, housing, and sanitation. The Industrial Revolution highlighted both the power of human innovation and the costs of unchecked industrialization. Though the early years were harsh, these growing pains eventually led to improved urban planning and social policies. 3. Technological innovations. Inventions that changed the world. The Industrial Revolution was driven by groundbreaking inventions that transformed industries and everyday life. One of the most important innovations was James Watt's steam engine, which revolutionized transportation and factory production. The mechanized loom changed the textile industry, making fabric production faster and cheaper. The development of the Bessemer process allowed for mass steel production, paving the way for railroads and skyscrapers. Innovations in communication, like the telegraph, made long-distance messaging possible for the first time. These inventions fueled economic growth, increased efficiency, and set the stage for the modern technological world. The transportation sector saw dramatic advancements with the rise of steam-powered trains and ships. Railroads connected cities and enabled faster movement of goods and people, boosting trade and economic expansion. Factories also saw new machinery that increased output and reduced labor costs. The introduction of mechanization transformed agriculture as well, with machines replacing manual labor on farms. Scientific advancements led to the development of new chemicals and medicines, improving health and sanitation. The Industrial Revolution's technological breakthroughs reshaped every aspect of life, laying the groundwork for future progress. Even today, the inventions from this period continue to influence modern technology and industry. 4. The factory system, changing the nature of work. The factory system replaced traditional handmade production methods, introducing mass production on an unprecedented scale. Before the Industrial Revolution, most goods were crafted by artisans in small workshops. With the rise of factories, work became specialized, with employees assigned to specific tasks in an assembly line. This increased efficiency, but also led to monotonous and grueling working conditions. Factory owners prioritized profit over worker well-being, leading to widespread exploitation. Laborers, including women and children, worked long hours in unsafe environments with little to no labor protections. While factories fueled economic growth, they also sparked debates about workers' rights and fair treatment. The factory system created a new social class structure, with industrialists and entrepreneurs amassing great wealth. Meanwhile, factory workers faced harsh realities, with little job security and dangerous conditions. Many industries, particularly textiles and mining, relied heavily on child labor, as children could fit into tight spaces and operate small machinery. The demand for cheap labor led to widespread abuses, prompting early labor movements. Over time, factory workers began organizing strikes and protests, demanding better wages and working hours. The Industrial Revolution fundamentally changed the way people work, leading to the rise of modern labor laws and workers' rights movements. 5. Impact on global trade, connecting the world. The Industrial Revolution transformed global trade, creating an interconnected world economy. Mass production made goods cheaper and more widely available, fueling consumer demand. Steam-powered ships and railroads allowed for faster transportation of goods across continents. European nations expanded their influence through colonization, using industrial advancements to exploit resources in Africa, Asia, and the Americas. The demand for raw materials like cotton, coal, and iron fueled global trade networks. While industrialized nations prospered, many colonized regions suffered economic exploitation. The Industrial Revolution not only shaped commerce but also played a role in global power dynamics. The expansion of trade led to the rise of multinational corporations, with companies seeking new markets worldwide. The British Empire, often called the workshop of the world, became a dominant economic force, exporting manufactured goods across the globe. Meanwhile, developing nations faced increased pressure to provide raw materials for industrialized economies. Trade routes expanded, linking distant regions through a growing network of commerce. While industrialization brought economic growth, it also deepened inequalities between industrialized and non-industrialized nations. The effects of these trade patterns can still be seen today, influencing modern globalization and economic policies. The Industrial Revolution remains one of the most transformative periods in human history. It brought incredible technological progress, economic growth, and social change. However, it also exposed deep inequalities, environmental challenges, and labor exploitation. As we look back at this era, we can see both the benefits and the costs of industrialization. Many of the issues that arose during this time, such as workers' rights and environmental concerns, remain relevant today. What do you think was the most significant impact of the Industrial Revolution? Let us know in the comments below. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more historical deep dives.